Hello and welcome back to Simple Chart Analysis. So this video is about identifying the trending stocks that you will require as a intraday trader or as a positional trader or as an investor as well. So understanding the trend that the stock is in is very important for any type of trader or investor. So that's why this concept is so important that I decided to do it in both the versions of Hindi and English version. So I hope you get the best use of this video and it will be very helpful for you. So you must be wondering why the video is so long if it can be done in 10 minutes, because it has got 3 different parts that we are going to cover so that you get to understand the concept very well, but you can identify the trending stocks in less than 10 minutes in whatever the watch list that you prepare yourself for. Okay, so in the first part I'm going to explain the concept of trend. So this might sound very familiar for you probably, and you might think that you already know what a trend is and how to identify and all those things, but I would still urge you to watch that part as well, because that might even decipher any misconception that you might have regarding the trends. Okay, so it's not going to be a too long video, so it's going to be a very quick one, so it's worth spending that time on understanding that concept very well. Okay, and the second part deals with applying that concept actually on the charts and how we can apply and how we can identify and everything. And the final part is about trading the concept itself, how we can actually trade using that concept, so that it's give you a practical idea of how this concept can be understood and then exercised in the markets. Okay, so let's switch on to our first part, which is understanding the concept. Okay guys, let's dive into the concept so that we understand this concept very clearly and with full clarity. Okay, so first of all I'm going to go into this blank screen here so that I can explain you the concept, what it is like, by drawing few diagrams here, and then we are going to jump into the charts to apply those things. Okay, so this, for example, the price starts from here and you have this much data available, let's assume. Okay, so now you don't know whether this stock is going to go up or come down or anything. All you know is this is your reference point and this is the high that has made, and currently the price is here. So we don't know whether it's going to come down or go up or anything. So when do you know that this is the higher low? Once the price crosses this high here that it has made, then we are sure that this is a higher low. Okay, so now it is in an uptrend. Until and unless the price comes down and breaks this confirmed higher low, it is still in an uptrend. Okay, so you understand that concept very well, right? So the price has to come down and break this confirmed higher low for the uptrend to end, otherwise it is still in an uptrend. So for example, the price comes down here, something like this, and so now can we say that this is the higher low? We cannot yet. When can we say that it is the higher low? When the price breaches this recent higher high that the price has formed and crosses that and goes up. Now we can easily say this is a confirmed new higher low. So until and unless the price breaks this new higher low that the price has formed, it is still in an uptrend. So what I mean by that is, for example, the price goes up a little bit and then starts coming down like this. So now do we see that this is in a downtrend? This is where most of the people confused with the trends as such, because they assume that now this is in a downtrend because it is making lower high and lower lows, lower high and lower lows. So but technically it is still in an uptrend, because this was the last higher low that the price has made when it was going up. So until unless this price is not breached, it is still in an uptrend. So you cannot say that it is in a downtrend, and most of people fall prey to this kind of traps actually, and they take sell trades considering that this is in a downtrend, and what the price does, it automatically starts going up like this. So now, and this new higher high has been broken. Now we got a new higher low, which is this. So until unless this new higher low is not breached to the downside, it is still in an uptrend. Okay, so this continues like this, and when it comes like this, so now we have a new higher low, which is this, because this high has been broken, right? So for example, if the price comes down like this and breaches this, now what happens is, listen carefully, now what happens is the uptrend has ended. Okay, it doesn't mean that the downtrend has started. The uptrend has ended. That's the only confirmation you have, because the recent higher low that has been formed has been breached and closed below that new higher low. So the uptrend has ended. When it turns into a downtrend, when it forms like a new lower high and breaches the new low that it has formed, so now it is in a downtrend. Okay, otherwise if price does something like this, then only the uptrend has ended, but it is not in any trend. Probably you can say it's a sideways, right? I hope you got this concept really well. Now it's exactly the opposite of the downtrend. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that again in more details, so that if you have missed any of the critical points that I have discussed till now, you will just fill that gap if there are any. Okay, in a downtrend, the price starts from here, let's say, and it moves up like this, and all you know is this is the reference point, this is the low. And can we say this is the lower high? We cannot. When can we say it's a lower high? When the low has been breached. Now we can say this is the lower high. Okay, so now it is in a downtrend. So if it goes up like this and starts turning like this, can we say this is the lower high? Not yet. Once this lower low that has been formed, that has to be breached for this to be considered as a new lower high, right? So just the opposite what we discussed in an uptrend. So if the price goes like this, something like this, can we say this is in an uptrend now? Obviously not, because the price has to break this lower high and close above it to say that the downtrend has ended. Otherwise, most people, as I said, fall prey to these kind of traps, and they think this is an uptrend, start buying, and actually the market actually reverses, and it does what it was actually doing earlier, and it continues its downtrend because this new lower low has been breached. So we have a new lower high here, and the price continues like this, and if it breaks this low as well, we got a new lower high. So once the price goes up and breaches and closes above this new lower high, then we can say the downtrend has ended. That's all. It doesn't mean the uptrend has started. Just as in the previous case, the downtrend has ended. Okay, so now the price comes up here and starts going up, then we can say it's in an uptrend, because a new high has been broken and a new higher high has been printed. We have a new higher low as well, so it's in an uptrend. In case if the price doesn't do that and starts coming like this, it is, you could say it's in a sideways trend or anything, but it's not in an uptrend or in a downtrend. Okay, I hope you got this concept very clearly. Now we are going to see how this can be implemented on the charts. Okay. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you how to apply these basically the trending concepts on the charts directly. So we are going to look at this stuff here, and I'll just bring this one down so that it will stay away from our screen. And now I'm going to use this tool here to identify the wave movement which is in an uptrend. So now this high has been breached and closed above it, so we are in an uptrend now. So this is the new higher high, and that has to be broken for this to be considered as a new higher low. Okay, so that has been done now here, and it came down, and once this higher high has been breached, say like this, so now we have a new higher low here, and this new higher low has to be breached for us to consider that the uptrend has ended. Okay, so it came down, formed a new higher high, so this is the high that has been broken, and it came down and it went up, breaking this high, so we have a new higher low here, and it continues like this. Okay, so you just have to practice this on the charts after this video, and you see how I'm marking this, and you have to practice it. So at the start you might need to use these drawing tools, but once your eye gets trained in, you don't have to use these drawing tools. By just looking at the chart, you can say whether it is in an uptrend or a downtrend. It is that easy, but it just needs a bit of practice. Okay, so at the start you use the drawing tools and everything to make sure that you are doing it correctly, at least at the start. That's very important. Okay, and now I'm going to look at another chart. So now let's look at the downtrending chart here, and I have zoomed in for you so that you get a better picture of how these lines are drawn. Let's say this, we have the reference point here and it started going up. So now we have 2 points here, high and low, and then once this low has been breached, something like this, now we have a new lower high. Okay, that is the new lower high, and until the price breaches that new lower high, we cannot say the downtrend has ended. Okay, so it went up, now we have a new lower low here, and once this new lower low has been breached, we have got a new lower high, right? So until unless the price goes and breaches, let's say something like this, and closes above it, it is still in a downtrend. So when you see and look at the chart and say what is happening in this, in what trend this particular stock is, you have to be very clear that at this point this stock is in a downtrend. Okay, and this is the recent lower high, and that has to be breached for the downtrend to end. Okay, and now let's do a quick test of how well you understood this concept. Obviously don't be embarrassed if you get it wrong, because this is still at the start, so you just have to do some practice. So if you look at this and identify what trend currently this particular chart is in, you just pause this video and look at this and come back to this video again. So I will start drawing the waves here. We have this reference and then the high, so it broke above that, so this is the new higher low, because this high has been broken and it came down and a new higher high has been formed. So this is the new higher low for us. It came down something like this, went up, came down, so this high has been broken, so and this high has been broken here, so we have a new higher low here. Until unless the price breaches this new higher low, it is still in an uptrend. So it came down, went up, breaking this recent higher high, so we have a new higher low. Okay, until unless the price breaches this new higher low, it is still in an uptrend. So even though this looks like it is in a downtrend here, it is actually in an uptrend, because until the price breaches this new higher low that we have got, it is still in an uptrend. I hope if you had said it's in an uptrend, you got it absolutely right. Okay, so just practice this. This is a simple concept. Sometimes it can get complicated, but I have explained you how it actually works. Okay, so let's move on to our next section of actually trading this concept, okay, which is very important, because understanding the concept is one thing and trading it is another thing. So let's look at trading this concept. Right guys, let's move into our final section, trading the concept. First I will show you on the clean drawing board how to trade actually these trends. So let's assume this is in an uptrend going up something like this. Right, so how do we trade? You have to first understand that in an uptrend or in a downtrend, we have a first level of support here. Okay, this is the first level of support and this is the second level of support. Okay, first level and the second level. Sometimes in some charts we get intermediate supports as well, which we are going to discuss in more detail. So we have this uptrend. Once this high has been broken, we know that at this point it has printed a new higher high and it is in an uptrend. So we wait for the price to come down to this first level of support. Sometimes if the trend is really strong, it may not come to this level and it can just go up, but we are going to focus mainly on the high probability zones that are, you know, pretty good, and then that gives higher chances of winning probability. Okay, so we are not going to trade somewhere here until unless you are an expert and you're an advanced trader. You don't really have to jump in there. So that is the first level, and here as you can see, this is the first level of support, this is the second level of support. Okay, and sometimes you get the intermediate one, right? So now this high has been broken, so obviously this becomes the first and this becomes the second. As you can see, there has been some reaction at the first level and then it didn't break the trend and started going up like this. So once this high has been broken, we now have the first level of support, this is the second level of support, and as I said, sometimes you get an intermediate one, and this could be an intermediate level of support. And as you can see, the zones that we are interested in, first level of support, second level of support, and any intermediate level of support is what we are interested in, and we wait for the price to come down to that level. Okay, from this level we wait for the price to come down to our optimal zones, you could say, the trading zones, and then we are going to look for, if it is an uptrend, we look for buying pressure in those zones, and if we get a valid reason to buy, we go long, and our target would be like a swing one, which is expected to break into new higher high in an uptrend. Okay, if you are an intraday trader, you just query it off intraday itself, or you can enter as an intraday trader and convert it into a swing trade and carry it for a few more days and make big profits, which is nothing but just the swing trade. Okay, so you enter at a very good price and a very good zone, and then you are trading with the trend as well. Okay, this is the concept. The exact opposite is for the downtrend, so I'll just show you that one as well. Let's say we have 2 points here, it broke here, now we know like we have a downtrend situation here. This is the lower high, so this is the first level of resistance, this is the second level of resistance. Sometimes you may get intermediate one, so we wait for the price to come back to this zone and see if there is any selling pressure in that area and look for selling opportunities, and our target should be like going below this recent lower low. Okay, so now we have a fresh first level of resistance, this is the second level of resistance. Sometimes you may get the intermediate one. Okay, so that might go something like this and starts coming down. So once you see that the price is getting rejected from this intermediate resistance, you look for selling pressure and take the trade. You take it as an intraday trader when you get a very good entry points, or you can close it on the intraday itself, or if you are in good profits by the end of the day, you can carry it forward as a swing trade, expecting this new lower low to be breached, because that's what the trending markets does, right? So the trending market they basically print lower high and lower lows, or higher high and higher lows if it is an uptrend. So this is the whole concept. Now we are going to apply this on the charts. Okay, well guys, we are going to look into this chart, which is a daily chart, and all we are doing is we have to first identify what trend it is in. Once it is confirmed, we are going to take the trades, kind of a thing. So this is the reference point, and then this is the first pullback, and then it breached this high. So this will be our first level of support, this will be our second level of support. As I said, there will be sometimes intermediate levels, as you can see here, because the price just came back here and then went up. So this is the intermediate level. So we wait for price to come back to this zone, and then we look for buying pressure in those zones. And we go into lower time frames. Remember, we go into lower time frames, maybe 15 minutes or 1 hour, and then look for buying pressure in these areas and go long in this particular stock, because this is an uptrend and we expect this higher high to be broken and go past that, so it becomes a swing trade for you. Okay, so you're trading the trending legs and ignoring the pullbacks leg. So once it goes up, this becomes our first level of support, this becomes our second level of support, and then this becomes our intermediate support level. So as you can see, the price drops back to this intermediate level and starts going up. Okay, so the same thing continues. This is the first level of support, this is the second level of support, and I don't see any intermediate support levels here. Okay, so we just mark those two things. So the price came back all the way probably towards the second level of support and started going up. It is still in an uptrend because the recent higher low has not been breached yet. I hope you got this concept really well, and if you like this video, please share and subscribe as well if you haven't done that yet, and share with your friends. Give me a thumbs up as well. I will see you in the next video, guys. Take care.